kayo mismo sinabi na nagsabi na meron kayong safety nets na ginawa at saka gagawin to make sure na hindi magkakaroon ng second blackout. So wag na tayong mag-deny, please. Accept na lang kung may kakulangan, move forward, gawin ang dapat gawin. Tama? Mr. Chair, sa unang pagdinig tungkol sa blackout noong April 2023, itong load shedding or dropping ay narinig na din natin. Noong may problema sa Bacolod Silay Line, kinaumagahan may mga undervoltage na substation sa Panay at nag-trip ang power generation plants dahil sa undervoltage. Kaya during the August 15 hearing, sinabi ng NGCP na ilan sa mga safety net or hakbang ginawa nila. Ang tanong ko, review generator settings, ginawa niyo ba? Improve generation planning, improve information dissemination, effective use of emerging technologies, and information exchange. NGCP, nagawa niyo ba ito?
NGCP?
Yes, yung iba po doon tapos na po, yung iba for implementation pa po. So, yun po yung status ng mga recommendations. Kasi iba po long-term yung solution. Thank you.
So, kaya yung reason pala, nagkaroon tayo ng ganitong blackout again dahil hindi natugunan ang promesa nyo dun sa committee noong August 15, tama? Yes or no?
NGCP?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just to add yung sa that kaninang question, yung answer is, yung iba po doon ay hindi rin po NGCP role. Yung recommendation like yung sa generation planning pa.
Okay.
Pero kasi kasama ito ng public hearing natin, nung committee hearing natin noong August 15, kayo mismo sinabi na nagsabi na meron kayong safety nets na ginawa at saka gagawin to make sure na hindi magkakaroon ng second blackout. So wag na tayong mag-deny, please. Accept na lang kung may kakulangan, move forward, gawin ang dapat gawin. Tama? Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Tama po.
Good answer. Ngayon, may tanong ako. Siyempre, kailangan natin maghanap ng solusyon. We need to be innovative para at least makatulong tayo kasi yung prangkisa nyo, hindi naman yan forever. You have your own daily deliverables, di ba? So, ang tanong ko, meron ba kayong power shutdown agreement or voluntary shutdown agreement na kung may mangyayari na ganito na mag-overload tayo na alam nyo kulang yung supply ng kuryente, meron ba tayong ganyan? Pwede ko matanong ito kay Moore or...
Yes, Mr. Castro of Moore?
Sorry, ma'am, I wasn't able to
Yes.
answer the question.
Siyempre, nagkaroon tayo ng problema. Saka nakikita nyo naman yan. Then si Moore kasi alam ko nung August 15 na hearing, na-preempt na nila na magkaroon tayo ng problema sa supply ng kuryente. And sinabi mismo ni Mr. Parcon yan. So na-recall ko lang today, just now, na kung meron ba tayong power shutdown agreement or voluntary load curtailment contract. Kunyari, sa mga malls, sa mga malaking pabrika, kasi kung magkakaroon tayo, kung meron tayong ganito, sila mismo, they can help us by saying, okay, pwede kaming mag-shutdown ng isang oras. So malaking load ang mawawala. So makakatulong ito sa local consumers na para at least ma-deload yung mga kailangan kung mabawasan
Yes,
yung load. I'm not an engineer in this aspect, but in layman's term lang, pag intindi ko lang, pwedeng gawin to. So kung wala tayong ganyan, baka it's about time na gumawa tayo na ganitong measures para at least locally we can also secure na magkakaroon ng stable na kuryente during the peak hours na kailangan natin.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chair, in the case of more power, although we don't have written agreement with the different big loads, no, but we actually, and I could really say that our relationship with them is good in the sense that if we ask them to curtail and bring down their load, they actually would do that. No, and well, there's let's say one mall that's actually connected to one feeder, and even at the feeder level, we actually reduce, no, if need be, and they cooperate even without a written agreement, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Thank
so even without written agreement, okay, they will cooperate. What if hindi ayaw nilang mag-cooperate? So I believe that ERC has also this mandate as regulatory body. Baka panahon na po na ilagay nyo dyan sa mga dapat na requisites na kailangan to secure efficient, effective delivery of energy sa buong Pilipinas, especially to my district and Panay Island. Next question, Mr. Chair. Sa kasamang palad na ibalik lang ang kuryente ng 5 araw, after 5, no, in 5, di ba? So matapos ng halos 4 na araw, bakit umabot sa ganito katagal? So sinabi kanina dahil magka-problema kay Concepcion Land, 150 megawatts. So ang next ko na tanong, do you think that the power outage incident of April 23 and January 2024 would have happened had you maintained or operated the system in accordance with industry standards, because if not, the common good so requires, we might have to amend or repeal the franchise being given to you.
So you're directing the question to NGCP? Yes, NGCP.
Yes, we operated the grid in accordance to the Philippine Grid Code.
Kung nag-operate kayo in accordance to Philippine Grid sa sinabi nyo, bakit based sa committee hearing last time, lumabas na 61% o 135 sa 219 na transmission development project na NGCP ang hindi nagawa sa takdang completion date. 86 sa mga ito ay natapos ng lampas sa tinakdang completion date. 49 naman ang kasalukuyan ongoing ngayon at lampas pa sa completion date. Sa 49 na binanggit mula noong nakarang hearing, ilan ang natapos dito, Mr. Chair?
NGCP?
Mr. Chair, for the details, Mr. Chair, for the completed projects, we will submit the information.
Mr. Chair, I would like to have that detailed report by this week, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
So next question na pag-usapan din dito last hearing, yung Luzon, Visayas Grid na interconnection project via Mindoro para may additional source of energy tayo sa Visayas. And ayon sa ERC, the Batangas-Mindoro interconnection project was initially filed by NGCP with ERC in 2011. This was withdrawn in 2021 and subsequently refiled in the same year. It was approved on 23rd of February 2023 based on the transmission project status report as of June 30, 2023, which was submitted by NGCP on last August 15 nung hearing natin. The expected time of completion of BMIP is on June 2027. Currently, this project is at its tendering stage, where proponents are preparing the bid documents. Ano na ang status nito? 3 taon na.
Is this NGCP again?
Simula
Yes,
pa yung
NGCP.
project na ito.
Mr. Chair, may I clarify you're
Yes.
referring to the Batangas-Mindoro interconnection project? Yeah. Your Honor, we are in the pre-construction stage for this project. The hydrographic survey has been completed. We identified the route, the location for the substations, and we also have ongoing LGU engagement for this project, Your Honor.
Ang tanong natin, sa tingin niyo ba yung Cebu Negros Panay substation yung makakatulong to so that magkakaroon tayo ng enough supply na kuryente? Kasi sa tingin ko, isang cable lang din so magkakaroon din ng problema. So hindi vulnerable din yung supply ng kuryente.
Sorry, so Mr. Ramon Rosa, I think one of the things that Honorable Baronda is asking, when are you completing the Batangas-Mindoro submarine line? And then I think she's trying to ponder on, after that connection, then the connection from Mindoro to Panay Island.
Yes.
So I think that's what she wants to find out.
Yes, Your Honor. In our transmission development plan, there's a project to loop or to connect Panay Island to Mindoro. And Your Honor, this will be implemented stage by stage. We are enhancing the grid in the Visayas side through the completion of Cebu Negros Panay 230 kV backbone. And we would like to add that this backbone, we have double circuit 230 kV between Cebu and Negros. Yun po yung project na ongoing. At in addition po yun sa dalawang circuit na existing. So magiging total of 4 circuits po yung link between Cebu and Negros. While between Negros and Panay naman po, double circuit din yung 230 kV at meron pang isang single circuit 138 kV. So ito po ang magpo-provide ng reliable transmission for Panay. And doon naman po tayo sa Batangas side.
Sorry, kailan ang completion on yung CNP?
Yun po yung binanggit namin kanina na March 2024, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang kasi itanong, yung CNP project ba talaga, tugon ito, makakatulong ito sa power shortage? Kasi hindi naman tayo highly technical na tao, but syempre, baka maging vulnerable ito kasi isang substation pa rin. So hindi pa rin magkakaroon ng enough na kuryente, tama, di ba? So unlike kung yung Panay Mindoro grid, may alternative connection tayo from the national grid. Yun ang tanong ko, kung matapos man itong Cebu Negros Panay, hindi pa rin ito solusyon. So please answer us, yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes or no, Honorable Baronda, to whether it's
Assured ba tayo hindi na magkakaroon ng blackout kung matapos itong Cebu, Negros, Panay?
Yeah, I think that's the first question. If the Cebu Negros Panay, which will be completed by March 2024, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And would that already, we can say, stabilize the whole Panay Island, and we can't see any incidents like this happening? Would that we would want to get NGCPs?
Your Honor, for transmission, it will provide a significant improvement, but there are power interruptions that are not all related to transmission.
So meaning the answer is no. Mr. Chair, the answer is no. Second, balik natin. Kailan matapos ang Mindoro-Batangas grid? Kailan? Anong commitment nyo? Kailan? Kasi pag hindi, kami dito ng mga congressmen, especially sa Panay o Visayas Island, we are one. And we are not afraid in filing a resolution to conduct investigation to review your franchise. Because meron kayong moral na obligasyon sa consumer, hindi lang sa aming mga mambabatas.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Martigo Sanchez, they would know where the backdoors are and how to compromise the operations. Pahayag naman ni Debbie Guban, 100% Filipino worker pero 40% China-owned shares. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Kiao Loro, the government should take over NGCP. Mga kababayan, feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.